Hello YouTube. I'm back with another video trying to be consistent. It's just been so much going on. And this is I have I journal every now and then, but I can't do it consistently, but I gotta have some type of way to have an outlet. So I think I'm gonna try to be more consistent with YouTube because it's an outlet. It is. It helps me get things off my chest. I'm just going through a whole lot right now. I just feeling hopeless, lost, not knowing who to turn to or where to go. I go to court on Monday, which is 2 days from now, to face my abuser. Not my husband. And, it's I'm going to tell my story, and I don't care what anybody has to say. I've had a lot of hate on the other videos saying that I'm the common denominator in all my issues, and I'm the cause of my issues, and I haven't been abused and things like that. But I have been, because if I don't come to terms, I hate to use the word victim. I hate that word more than anything because I don't want to see myself as a victim, but I keep on getting victimized by people, and I don't know why. I feel cursed, really. I mean, when I left my husband, I was so afraid. I knew he was going to not let me go easily because I was a possession of him. I was his property. So the shelter finally got me. Finally got out of the shelter, finally got a place to stay. But I still had to go back to the apartment where I was living with my ex-husband, then husband, to get my things. And he's followed me before. He's stalked me before. He's even now. I just got my phone number changed, and he's somehow has my new phone number, and I don't know how he got it. So, anyways, I scheduled something, pickup date with the movers to get my things, and about a week in advance, but 2-3 days before, called the mover and said, look, this is kind of, I'm leaving my husband. He's not happy about that. It's probably going to be drama. If you don't want this job, let me know, and I will find somebody else. Of course, he did wanted the job. I had already prepaid a good portion of the money. He didn't want that money back. He was like, nah, I got it. No, I'm not afraid. I'm ready. So I paid for 3 movers. On the day of the move, there was a 4th person. He said, I have a 4th person coming with me, and you don't have to worry about paying me for this 4th person. That ended up being the new abuser. He had a gun on him. I guess the other mover, the owner of the company, he had a felony, probably can't carry a gun. And he had told me that he had been in jail for killing somebody before, and it's like he happily and gleefully told me this and said, look me up, it was on the news. And I did. I mean, I'm just numb. I'm just really numb at this point. I'm so numb. So I'm not even processing that these might be bad people. Besides, it's just me. They're just doing a job for me, right? But in the midst, it took a long time for me to get all my stuff out. In the midst of that, I, got entangled. Honestly, long story short, got entangled with one of the movers. It was the owner's company, his cousin. That's the one who had the gun. I mean, I was drawn in. He had the gun. I'm like, okay, I feel protected. Like nothing's gonna happen to me. My husband did end up popping up. He ended up popping up just how I said, but he seen everything. He scoped out the scene and didn't want no smoke and left like the coward he is. But long story short, I ended up getting involved with the guy with the gun, and it moved pretty quickly. I mean, I'm numb. I'm just not even in my right mind, really. And a lot of people, predators, can pick up on that. They're attracted to that vulnerability. And I was very vulnerable. I literally had been in the shelter being abused for 2 months, been abused prior by my husband. I'm just not in a good headspace. I'm not good. I'm not in a good space at all. Want to heal, but I'm very, very battered still. And honestly, in the course, it's been 7 months. In the course of that 7 months, the new batterer, he has emotional, physical, psychological, sexual abuse, physical abuse, just everything. Is another same thing, another cycle of abuse. And I guess the last straw was when he sexually assaulted me. And I tried to stand up for myself. I went and filed a police report, got a rape kit, everything. And he ended up manipulating the system, and they didn't file charges. Man, that same day they told him the charges wasn't dropped. The same day he called me, tormenting me again, abusing me again, convincing me nobody's gonna see. I told you nobody's gonna believe you. You worthless, you're this, you're that. Nobody wants you. You might as well still, basically convincing me to let him come over. And I did. And the reason why I did is because I felt so defeated. I felt defeated, like, wow, like maybe I don't deserve nothing good. Maybe this is the way I deserve to be treated by him. I mean, I tried to stand up, but nobody believed me. So what am I going to do? Like, maybe I have no choice but to accept his abuse. Plus, he said that he wanted to come over and talk. He comes over against all my better judgment, and he says, I'm sorry for hurting you. I didn't mean to hurt you. I'm so sorry. I'm never going to do it again. Gets me back in bed again, which is honestly all he wants. And then after he got what he wanted, the mask fell off, back to abusing me. Actually put his hands on my throat during intercourse to further intimidate me. And he's done that many times before. He likes to put his hands on my throat. He'll bring his guns over when he's coming over, just telling me all these bad things he's done, and people who I have beef with, are no longer living and breathing. So I am afraid of him. So I'm like, maybe I should just give him what he wants so that he won't hurt me. And, but still, I did go and file a restraining order, and that he got served, but the court never even told me the court date. It's just a mess. But I know the court date now, and he's contacting me, and I contact him. It's just a cycle. It's a crazy cycle that's hard to break, because it's funny though, because even though he treats me like trash, he's hit me, he's put his hands on me, threatened my life, told me I deserve to die, told me, I don't deserve to live, talking about my dead father, all of these things. It's like, it's been hard to break away, because slowly but surely he has broken down my self-esteem way further than it already was. I feel like I deserve it, like, because everywhere I turn to for help, nobody will help me. I've gone to my church only for people to tell me I'm my own worst enemy, and nobody's victimized me. I'm tripping, in just the midst of all these other abusive things that I'm going through besides him. It's like, I'm gonna go to court, but he said, maybe the judge won't believe that he's really been battering me, because we have been in communication with each other. But it's like, it's almost like this cycle, this abusive cycle, it's like almost against my will. It's like, I don't know what to do to stop it. It's like, I've been trying my whole entire life to get unchained from the altar of abuse, going all the way back to childhood, in every relationship I've been in. So it's like, it got as far as it got, because I didn't even realize he was abusing me at first, because that was just my normal, until it escalated to the sexual abuse, until it escalated to him threatening my life, until it escalated to him always putting his hands on my throat and, just battering me. And I don't even know why I feel like he hates me. I don't know why. I never did nothing to him. But He hated me from day one. I mean, his thing was because he knew how much older my husband was than me. And he says I'm disgusting. I was desperate for marrying somebody that much older. You effed this old ass man and stuff like that. And I was desperate for a place to stay. Like, no one was helping me at the shelter. I only had 30 days and I had to get out of there. I don't have family. I don't have nobody. He was offering me a place to stay, and then that segued into being into a forced marriage, but I was doing what I had to do to survive. That's what people don't get. And it's like everybody wants to blame the victim, but I've been doing everything I had to do to survive. Finally, I do have my own place, but it's like I feel like I don't have the skills necessary to ward off further abusers because none of my trauma has been addressed. Like, as soon as I got out the shelter, because they knew they were abusing me, they kicked, they scooted me out there with no extra services, no extra support. So I'm really feel like I was fair game for the abuse to continue. And I just really wish I had the tools to get better, to get healed, happy, healthy, whole, so that I can stop being abused by people. And it extends to my job and church, just everywhere I try to go. And people just think I'm lying. Like, they think I'm lying, that I just want to be a victim. Like, I would do anything that I could try to do to get better, to be better, to have a normal, peaceful life. I would do anything. I've been in therapy since I was 13. I've been in school, trying to go to school, trying to be something, trying to be somebody. I don't want to hurt anybody, but I'm tired of getting hurt. I'm tired of getting abused. It's to the point where I'm thinking about selling everything I got and leaving town, because maybe it's the town I'm in Indianapolis. It's terrible here. It's racist. And even other black folks won't help you. It's like crabs in a barrel. This is the most toxic place I've ever been, and I've had to be here my whole life. I'm tired. My faith is shaking. I don't even feel like God loves me. I'm like questioning God, like, where are you at? Like, why are you? I know that as a human being, you're going to go through some things, but it's been nonstop my entire life. And I'm like, where are you at, God? Why won't you do nothing? You see I'm suffering. Why won't you stop this suffering? It's to a point where I can't even take care of myself. I can't even, every time I try to get a job, it's like some type of issue and some type of abuse and bullying and lying. And I can't even I don't even feel safe trying to work. It's like something somewhere out there don't want me to have nothing, don't want me to be nothing, don't want me to have no joy, don't want me to have no peace. And I'm crying out to God, like, God, help me. Clearly, I've been doing everything. I'm not like the man in the parable of Lake Bethesda, where he's just sitting there saying, and I can't get healed because such and such won't happen. Nobody will help me. I've done everything I could possibly do. I need help? Yes. But it's not like I'm not doing everything. I've engaged the social services. I've went and fled to the shelter to leave my husband. I've engaged the criminal justice system, and they don't, apparently it's not enough. These men got to kill you for they really feel like you're being victimized, especially being a black woman. It's like, I don't feel like nobody cares. So yeah, this is the only outlet I have is YouTube. And that's why I'm not expecting nothing from nobody. And one thing I've learned about life is that nobody cares nothing about nobody. People just don't care about nobody. So it's not that, but also it's to bring validation to other people. Because I know it's people out here, maybe not to the same extent, but I know it's people going through stuff like this. So I feel alone. I feel alone right now. But if somebody sees this, maybe they'll know that it's other people out here going through this too. And because I don't even have the strength to pray no more right now. I've got on my knees and begged God for a breakthrough. I don't have the strength to pray. I've prayed in the spirit. I've prayed face down. I've prayed for God's deliverance. I've threw myself upon the altar, and I don't know, I'm at my wit's end. If anybody out there can pray for me, that's what I want. I want prayer. I want some prayer warriors out there to pray for me. That's not money, not silver, not gold. I would trade everything in this world that I own, every dime that I got, for peace, for happiness, for wholeness, for health. I would trade it all. But this is my lot in life, and it's hard, and I don't know. I hope God takes away this suffering. But until then, there you have it. That's my story. Like I said, I'm gonna be more consistent. I'm gonna try to post like 2 or 3 times a week. And just send me positive energy, YouTube, please. Thank you. Peace.